In the heart of a dusty village, where the earth cracked beneath the sun and hopes withered faster than crops, an old farmer buried something precious. Not in the ground, but in the hearts of those who've forgotten what truly mattered. Old Babulal had spent 60 years nurturing his land, his hands furrowed with the same lines as the soil he tilled. In the village of Rampur, nestled between golden wheat fields and banyan trees older than memory, Babulal was more than a farmer. He was a symbol of endurance. But this year, the rains didn't come. The sky remained a cruel, cloudless dome. Crops failed, wells dried. Villagers whispered that the gods had turned their faces. Babulal's son, Ravi, a city-educated young man, urged him, "Baba, sell the land. There's no future here. Let's go to the city. I can get a job, and you can finally rest." But Babulal only smiled, his eyes fixed on the sunburned earth. This land has fed generations. It is not the land that fails us. It is we who forget to wait. Ravi's fists clenched. He loved his father, but he hated this stubbornness. He packed his things and left, bitter and frustrated, leaving Babulal alone with his fields and fading strength. One evening, as the crimson sun dipped low, a tired traveler arrived in Rampur. He was lean, with eyes like storm clouds and a voice that sounded like wind brushing wheat. He asked Babulal for water. "There's barely enough for me," Babulal said. "But come, what I have, I share." He gave the traveler half his meal and what little water remained. The stranger sat beneath the banyan tree, observing the empty fields. "You still sow, though nothing grows?" he asked. Babulal nodded. "Not everything planted needs to sprout immediately. Some seeds wait for the right season." The stranger smiled. "And what if the season never comes? Then let my hands remind the earth that someone believed in her, even when she gave nothing back." The next morning, the stranger was gone. In his place, under the banyan, was a small cloth pouch containing ancient seeds, wrapped in a note that read, "Plant these when hope seems most foolish." Years passed. Babulal grew frail. His beard turned white like the cotton he once grew. The village had nearly emptied. Only a handful of elders remained, tending dying cattle and memories. One night, the winds changed. The monsoon arrived suddenly, thunder rolling like forgotten drums. Rain fell in sheets, drenching the silent village. Ravi returned to bury his father. Yes, Babulal had died 2 days before the rains came. As Ravi stood over the fresh grave, he noticed something unusual. A narrow stretch of the field, where the old man had worked alone in his final days, was already sprouting. The earth was alive. There, in neat rows, unfamiliar green shoots pushed upward with purpose. Ravi remembered the pouch of seeds his father had once shown him in a letter he found after the funeral. "If you are reading this, it means I'm gone. You may have thought I was a fool, but I believed, not just in the land, but in you. These seeds are rare. They need rain, yes, but also patience. I planted them with the last of my strength. Harvest them not just for grain, but for the lesson in them. Never lose hope, even when you have every reason to." Weeks later, Ravi stayed back to care for the land. The seeds bloomed into a strange golden grain with a fragrance unlike any wheat he knew. Curious, he took it to an agricultural expert in the nearby town. The report stunned him. These were heritage seeds, long believed extinct, nutrient-rich, drought-resistant, and invaluable. Agencies offered millions, but Ravi refused to sell the land. Instead, he built a community granary, named it Babulal Bhavan, and invited back villagers who had left. He taught them the lesson his father had lived. The land may sleep, but it never dies. It just waits for someone to believe again. Sometimes, the deepest roots are found not in soil, but in the stubborn hearts that refuse to give up. Babulal's final lesson was not about farming, but about faith. Faith in seasons and struggle, and in silent sacrifices that bloom long after we are gone. Never lose hope, even when the world tells you to. True strength lies in patience, persistence, and quiet belief, planted like seeds in barren ground, waiting for their time to bloom.